Hello and welcome to the United Stand. I'm trying to keep a straight face here. Marouane Fellaini has been linked with a move to Arsenal. Remember, Fellaini is out of contract on June the 30th. He is free now the season is over to negotiate whatever deal that he wants. He will go for free. United have no hold on him other than this story, really, that there is a contract on offer. It's funny, I was reading something on Sport Witness a couple of hours ago where they were basically saying, why have United not yet told Fellaini to sling his hook? It appears that there's still a contract on the table whilst he wanders around Europe trying to get big money. And he knows that if he can't get that big money, there's still a contract on the table from United. It's the sort of behaviour of a lower table club, not a club like Manchester United. It's very, very odd. But, I mean, speculation, whether that's true or not, we don't know. But I'd certainly sort of agree with that. Why have United not said, jog on and go and get your own club now? Now, the Arsenal thing, when I heard it a few hours ago... Sorry, I must just say as well, must just say this because I know a lot of people will be watching at the start. Link in the video description for my channels. That's where Skype Goldbridge will be tonight. Skype Goldbridge at 8 o'clock will not be on the United Stand. It will be on my channel. There's a big reason for it. We've got a big announcement to make tonight, and there's something else going to be happening on the United Stand. So 8 o'clock tonight will be the Skype show for you to call in. That'll be on my channel. Link in the video description. That should take you either straight through to the channel, or if you're watching a little bit later, I'll actually have that stream set up. So 8 o'clock, Skype Goldbridge is happening on my channel. We've got a big announcement to make. But back to Fellaini. Now, this started off as being, well, is there something in it? Isn't there something in it? But then we heard from the Times about an hour ago that this is genuine interest. And suddenly, funny enough, I was speaking to somebody on Twitter about this, and I will give them a shout out because they're very, very right. It was at Henry William 27. And he mentioned this to me and basically said that, you know what, can't you remember when Fellaini was linked to PSG about 6-7 weeks ago? Yeah, I do remember that. Who was the manager of PSG then? Emery. Fellaini linked to Arsenal. Who's the manager? Emery. It looks like Emery probably quite likes Fellaini. I don't think this is going to happen because literally, I think Arsenal are aware of PR, and I think Arsenal will look at it and go, oh, this sort of signing might not go down that well. I mean, to be fair to you though, to be absolutely fair, I mean, I'm not I want Fellaini to leave Manchester United because of his style of play. Those days of him just, I'll pack him up and sell him for a packet of quavers, those jokes are gone. I mean, I just think it's time for him to move on. But if he went to Arsenal, well, Fellaini probably wouldn't do too bad at Arsenal because they're not a top 5 side, are they? They're sixth, and they're not going to be a top 4 side. That's always been the problem with Fellaini. One, his style of play doesn't suit what I think United should play, and many United fans think should play. And two, I don't think you can win titles with Fellaini in your team. Well, Arsenal don't need to worry about that. I think actually for Arsenal, it'd suit them quite well. It'd give them Arsenal have never had a plan B, and even United fans, even me, will say that Fellaini, when you're battling for 4th and 3rd, is a good plan B to have. If you want to have titles, if you want to win titles, then that plan B of hitting long balls really is quite redundant. But from an Arsenal point of view, I think, why are they acting yet again like they are something better than they are? They're on a rebuild, and one thing Arsenal have always lacked is a spine. And one thing I will not say about Fellaini is that he'll give it. He is a fighter. And I just love the arrogance of Arsenal fans. They think that they are something that they're not. And they are berating Fellaini like, oh, we don't want him, he's rubbish, this, that and the other. But actually, Emery might be quite clever there. Because he might look at that Arsenal team like everybody else does and goes, they are spineless. They are a packet of jelly babies. They have no spine. Where can I get some spine in this team? Where can I get some fight in this team? Well, Fellaini will give you that. He will give you that. There's no joke. He will give you that. So from an Arsenal point of view, he's free. You've got no money. It makes a lot of sense from an Arsenal point of view to do it. From a United point of view, yeah, you could say it's banter time. We've already given him Silvestre when he was finished, Welbeck, and now giving him Fellaini. It would be quite funny. But from a United point of view, I think for me, it's just to remove that option, that long ball option from the team. And Fellaini is a very good long ball option, but he's got nothing else. He can't control the ball, he can't pass the ball, he can't run with the ball, he's very slow. So to remove that from Manchester United would be great. Kevin O'Callaghan says, just joined Fellaini to Arsenal. That would be funny. Kevin, I won't believe it until he's holding up an Arsenal shirt, but he is a free agent. He is cheap. compared to what he's achieved in the game. Being free, you just got to pay his salary. Arsenal apparently don't have a lot of money to spend. He is Premier League proven. This is rumoured to be conversations with Arsenal this week. Didn't really think much of it until I saw it in the Times saying there is credibility to this. And as I said, when you put it together that he was linked to PSG about 6-7 weeks ago when Emery was in charge, and now he's linked to Arsenal, it's either lazy journalism or Emery does quite fancy Marouane Fellaini. Ronaldo to Manchester United confirmed, says Star Wars Geek. Will Carpenter says this is embarrassing. Are you an Arsenal fan? Emery wanted Fellaini at PSG, says Joker HD. Yep. And I think we are moving to that point now where we fully expect Fellaini to leave anyway, don't we? I mean, in all seriousness, it feels to me like he has already gone. I'd be very surprised if he stayed, even though I always thought he would stay. And as Flex said on the show last night, because I was saying like Flex, obviously Flex is at all the games, doing all the fan cams, and it's like, if Fellaini did sign that contract now, do you think it's a recoverable situation for him based on the way the media have sold this, which is he's had a contract on the table. He did come out and say United have handled it badly. He's not signed that new contract. He's rumoured to be going around looking for a better deal. I mean, it's hard enough for any player to come back from that without being a divisive player like Fellaini is anyway. So I think Fellaini, probably fair play to the bloke, knows he can't stay at United anyway, and he will definitely leave. Where he goes, I don't know. I mean, do you want him playing in the Premier League? Would you rather elsewhere? Do you think he's capable of coming back and biting us in the backside? I mean, to be honest with you, I could envisage a scenario at Arsenal where we're 1-0 up and he comes on for the last 10 minutes and causes a load of problems in the box. That's what he can do. And some United fans quite like that option. I don't. I don't like that style of football, and I don't think United need that style of football. But, maybe people wouldn't even want him to go to Arsenal. I don't really mind where he goes. I probably would prefer he didn't stay in England because you never want that embarrassment of him coming back and hurting you. But apart from that, no problem at all. Jack Jones, you're not blocked because I can read your comment. Fred's not signed yet. Fred has not signed yet. He is having the medical, apparently, at Manchester United. So I would expect that deal to be announced at some point tonight, which is why... it isn't the reason, actually. Tonight's Skype show at 8 o'clock is on my channel. The link in the video description is for that, so make sure you click it and get over there for that, whether you're watching live or not. 8 o'clock tonight, my channel for Skype Goldbridge, which fits quite well because it's the Goldbridge channel. But we are we've got a big announcement to make anyway, which is nothing to do with Fred. But it does clear the evening for the United stand to go live for the Fred signing, which I think probably will happen either tonight or tomorrow. But the plan was always to put Skype Goldbridge on my channel tonight because there's something we want to announce. So that's totally to do with the United stand. So link in the video description for that. We're live at the moment just talking about this Fellaini news because we may not get a chance to discuss it again. And I really just wanted to get what your thoughts were on it, really. I mean, as I say, I believe it when I see it. I think Arsenal fans' reaction to it has been quite funny. But actually, when you scratch the surface of that Arsenal meltdown, I actually think he'd give Arsenal something they haven't got, which is a spine. Arsenal, good luck to them, says James Gallagher. Thanks for the contribution. Mark, who do you think will be our second signing, says Phil Mitchell. Dalot, by the look of it. Apparently he's in London as well. And I think Fred will be first. We have... Sanchez was announced at 6 o'clock in January. So Fred at 6. Lindelof was announced at 8:30 about a year ago. So 8:30 maybe. It's hard to predict. It could be first thing tomorrow morning. We've done deals at 8:30 in the morning as well. Anyway, I feel bad for him. He was loyal to United, says the Doodle Guy Gamer. I don't think there's any reason to feel bad for Fellaini. I mean, like I said, maybe 2 years ago when I was at my peak of my Fellaini frustration, I might have done a little bit of a dance when he goes. I genuinely am not going to do that this time. I'm very happy he's going to leave if he does leave but I don't... When them Liverpool fans were having a pop at him at the Monaco Grand Prix the other weekend, I wanted to have a go at the Liverpool fans because he's still a United player, and I still defend United players. I think when he's had a bad performance or we've played badly and you're having a go at your own players, that's a thing that United fans do. If external people come out and have a go at our players, I'll always try to defend them. That's the way it should be. But I'm not going to be dancing around if Fellaini goes. I think he's just got to go because of the sort of style of player he is. And I don't think we need to feel sorry for Fellaini either. He's in a brilliant situation in life where he's ran his contract down. Nobody has to pay a transfer fee for him. So wherever he goes, he gets to go for big money. So Fellaini's in a brilliant situation. As long as he can get the move he wants, he's in a very, very good situation. And he'll look back on that his United career, and it'll be quite good. It's not bad for a player of his limited abilities, really. I mean, brilliant at Everton as a number 10, but at United, I think he's been found wanting quite a few times, but he'll still walk away with a few good memories. I mean, we're talking like he's gone. I think he will go. I don't think he'll go to Arsenal, by the way. There could be numerous reasons why this has been mentioned. I mean, a brilliant theory I heard this morning about Verratti was that maybe Manchester United are sort of worrying Lazio a bit. Lazio obviously think they can start a bidding war for Milinkovic-Savic, but if United sort of start looking at another option like Verratti, Lazio might suddenly think, oh, wait a minute. So lots of politics in the transfer market, lots of politics. And we, as fans, as the press, you never really truly know what's going on because the press can get fed information that is political to sort of feed another situation. So very interesting, but Blind to Inter marks as Andrew M. Well, we spoke about that this morning, didn't we? So, and this is something I wanted to just quickly mention as well. I've said this a few times, and I said it on That's Football at lunchtime. The reality is that the transfer news. I mean, I know people get really frustrated about transfer news and start calling things like fake news and clickbait. Everything we talk about on this channel is somewhere, and we'll say where that's from. And it's interesting because we spoke about Daily Blind this morning, and I knew about that last night, having read it in Gazzetta dello Sport in Italy, about them being interested in Daily Blind. This afternoon, it's coming out in the more British press. And this is what I was trying to say on That's Football today. It's like the Ronaldo thing last week. His mum wants him to come to Manchester. That was at the end of the week. But it was at the start of the week in France. Fred, it's been confirmed he's going for a medical for most of the day. But for all over the weekend, people have been talking about it. It depends where you're getting your news from. And I think some people think, well, when we talk about stuff or other channels talk about stuff, oh, you're making it up. And it isn't. It's just you're getting it probably quicker than the English press is quite slow where they get it from, is what I'm trying to say sometimes. And this Blind thing this afternoon, well, this was out yesterday night in Gazzetta dello Sport. It may well have been out in the morning in the Sunday papers in Italy. So that's what I mean about transfer news. It's not just as simple as going and having a look on BBC Gossip or the back of the Sun. You know, there's a lot of people who do these sort of things will have numerous sources that they're reading things from, and they will gauge those sources based on who they think's good, Di Marzio, and who sometimes is a little bit spammy, like Don Ballon in Spain. So lots and lots of different things. And that's not to say Don Ballon aren't sometimes right, and that's not to say Di Marzio isn't sometimes wrong. But the way you get your transfer news from, it is very, and it's really been highlighted this year. You'll know a story 3 days ago, and then you'll see it coming out again. You're like, oh, is this new? And then you look and you go, actually, it's the one from 3 days ago. So interesting to see what happens with Fellaini. Skype Goldbridge is still the handle for Skype Goldbridge Jordan. Remember the link in the video description for that. We will be live at 8 o'clock, and it'll be on my channel. You've got the link in the video description for that, Skype Goldbridge. Click it, and I'll see you there at 8 o'clock, if not before, on this channel for the Fred announcement. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. Speak to you all soon, and give us your thoughts on Fellaini, because in a sentence, mine is happy that he's leaving Manchester United because I think it's best for everybody, including him. But Arsenal fans' meltdown, I think he's very arrogant again, because you are a spineless team. It's been proven. And Fellaini actually will give you a plan B, and he'll give you some fights. And he's free. I think Arsenal fans are just... I think they think that they should be signing Goretzka or Icardi or someone like that. They forget that they're sixth, then they're not in the Champions League for the second year in a row. And Fellaini has played European football and does play for Belgium. And I think for him and for Arsenal, they should actually be a bit more grateful that they're linked to someone like Fellaini, because their standard at the moment is nowhere near what ours is. Thanks everyone for watching. I shall speak to you all soon.